tranquility in your life. So whomever fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, brothers and sisters, Allah will bless him with a happy life and a comfortable lifestyle. And whoever doesn't fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and does not obey him, he surely will live a miserable life. Because he said it in the Quran. قال تعالى في كتابه الكريم من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة ولنجزينهم أجرهم بأحسن ما كانوا يعملون. Whoever, male or female, has acted righteously while being a believer, we shall certainly make him or make his life a good life. So has acted righteously while being a believer. Those two things. You have to act righteously and being a believer. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala certainly make his life a good life. And shall give such people their reward for the best of what they used to do. وقال تعالى في كتابه الكريم ومن أعرض عن ذكري فإن له معيشة ضنكا ونحشره يوم القيامة أعمى قال رب لم حشرتني أعمى وقد كنت بصيرا قال كذلك أتتك آياتنا فنسيتها وكذلك اليوم تنسى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, as for the one who turns away from my message or from my remembrance, from the Quran or the Sunnah, and dhikri here, قال العلماء, is the Quran or Sunnah. For my message, he shall have a straightened life, and we shall raise him blind on the day of judgment. And when he is blind in the day of the judgment, this person will say, oh Allah, I used to have a vision in the dunya. Why am I blind now? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell him, my ayat, my miracles, my Quran, the Sunnah of your messenger, those are revealed to you, but you disobeyed. So today I will resurrect you blind. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله عليكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. استغفر الله. استغفر الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. Number 4. When do we protect our children's rights? Taking care of that started from the beginning. When you first think of getting married, Prophet ﷺ advised the youth to get married. And he says, ﷺ, obviously they can afford it, but nowadays some youth, they don't want to get married, claiming that they need a job, they need to make more money. That is not the case in our deen. Umar radiallahu anhu used to say to the poor people, he used to address the poor people, all poor people, يا معشر الفقراء عليكم بالزواج فإن فيه بركة. That's what Umar radiallahu anhu used to say. He said, all poor people, get married. Marriage has a blessing. Marriage has a blessing. And every soul, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has its risk and its provision. Please come forward, brothers, come forward. عن علقمة رضي الله عنه قال بينما أنا أمشي مع عبد الله بن مسعود رضي الله عنه قال كنا مع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال من استطاع الباءة فليتزوج من استطاع منكم الباءة فليتزوج فإنه أغض للبصر وأحسن للفرج ولم يستطع فعليه بالصوم ومن لم يستطع فعليه بالصوم فإنه له وجاء. He who can afford to marry should marry, because it will help him refrain from looking at other women and save his private parts from looking at other women and save his private parts from committing illegal sexual relations. And he who cannot afford to marry is advised to fast. Advised to fast, as fasting will diminish his sexual power. And this has been said by the Prophet ﷺ. If he said it, it's going to happen. So if someone cannot get married, especially the youth, Prophet Muhammad has told us to fast. Because he said, as fasting will diminish his sexual power. And brothers and sisters, subhanAllah, we should not think that way. We should not think that I have to make 50, 60, or 6 dishes down when I get married, inshallah. Or have a safe job. Get married, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless you. And we've seen it. Alhamdulillah, we grew up in the countries they call third world countries. SubhanAllah. I know families, their salary is $150 a month. And he's having 4 or 5 kids. And they're living happily. They live in happily. Because Rasulullah said, each one will come with his rizq. Each one will come with his provision. That's a shaitanic idea to think, I have to make more money. Or sister too. She thinks that I need a rich husband. Then I'm going to get married. Or it has to look this way. I have to look that way. Astaghfirullah. Your husband will be the husband in the dunya, and he will be your husband in the akhirah. الزواج عفة. Zawaj is a safety for the youth. That's why Rasulullah is addressing the youth. Get married. He didn't say how much you should make, or how much you should. Yes, you have to afford it. You have to have your apartments, that's true. Whatever you eat, she will eat. Subhanallah. And next, Rasulullah said, تنكح المرأة لأربع. تنكح المرأة لأربع. لمالها ولحسبها وجمالها ولدينها فاظفر بذات الدين تربت يداك. He says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a woman gets married for 4 things. Or a brother chooses to get married, look at the sister, he has to look 4 things. First one is her money or her wealth. The second one is her lineage. And the third one is her beauty. And the fourth one is her deen. And Rasulullah stopped and he said, deen, and he said, marry the one with the deen. اظفر بذات الدين. Marry the one with the deen, strong iman, Allah will put blessings in your marriage. تربت يداك, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يضع البركة في يدك. تربت يداك, بركة في يدك. Allah will put blessing in your hands. Doesn't matter if she's rich or not. One of the pious, Salaf al-Salih, our predecessors, they came to him and they asked, you're a scholar, mashallah. You're a muhaddith. Allah bless you with a lot of knowledge. Any woman can marry you because of your knowledge. And then they offered him this rich woman. And he said, no, I don't want a rich woman. I want the poorest woman you can find me, but with a strong taqwa and a strong deen. He could have married her, but he didn't want to because the most important thing is the deen. So who's going to raise your children while you're away at work? The one who is busy with her money, or the one who is busy with the deen? She will teach your children so they will be pious. So that child, when you pass away, they'll throw you in the hole, in the maqbarah, he will stand up and he will make dua for you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you never know, he will answer the dua because of that one pious child. And it can be a test, as I will say inshallah later on. With the sunnah, when we have children, may Allah bless the couple who got married or are married with more children, inshallah ta'ala, pious children. Number 1 is choosing a name. Turn off your cell phones. The sunnah is to choose a name. Narrated by Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, the Prophet ﷺ said, he changed some of the names that were in the ignorant times. Some of the names were ignorant at the time of the Jahiliyyah. And Prophet Muhammad, he looked at them and he asked them, what is your name? So he did tell them the name. And if Prophet Muhammad didn't like it, he changed the names because of the ignorance, because of the Jahiliyyah time. And he said the most beloved names to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most names that Allah loves is the Abdul Rahman and Abdullah. Abdullah and Abdul Rahman. Some of the narrations that the names of the prophets. And some of the narrations that the names of the Sahaba. Even our deen tells us what to name our children. Because when you name your child a name, that name is going to go with him his entire life. The third one is the Aqiqah. The Aqiqah is the Sunnah. Narrated by Salman al-Dabbi, may Allah be pleased with him, the Rasulullah said, مع الغلام عقيقة. مع الغلام عقيقة. فأهرقوا عنه دما وأميطوا عنه الأذى. He says, the Aqiqah means when you have a kid, when you have a baby, alhamdulillah, in the 7th day, you name him and you slaughter a sheep. Slaughter a sheep, or any type of cows. 1 for a girl and 2 for a boy. 2 for a boy and 1 for a girl. And we don't ask why. This is what the Prophet ﷺ said. مع الغلام عقيقة فأهرقوا عنه دما وأميطوا عنه الأذى. The Aqiqah is to be offered for a newly born boy. So slaughter an animal for him and relieve him of his suffering. Relieve him for his suffering. Because in the day of judgment, some of the narrations it says that the name that you offer your baby or your son, it will come accountable on you in the day of judgment. If the boy doesn't like it, they will come accountable. Just the name. That's how important in our Islam and our deen, how to choose a name. It's important how to name our children. As I mentioned, the most beloved ones are Abdullah, Abdul Rahman, with the names of the sons of the Sahaba. It says Hassan, Hussein, Omar, Abdullah. Sa'ad, Sa'id, Mu'ad, etc. The third one is breastfeeding. Breastfeeding. It's the sunnah for a sister to breastfeed her child. The scholar says it is one of the baby's rights. After birth, and the Quran stated it and talked about it, and talked about how long the mother should breastfeed her child. قال تعالى في كتابه الكريم والوالدات يرضعن أولادهن حولين كاملين لمن أراد أن يتم الرضاعة. Mothers should suckle their children for 2 full years. That's the sunnah. 2 full years. Not 1 year, not 6 months. Allah said in the Quran 2 years. You breastfeed your child 2 years. For one who wants to complete the period of suckling. And Rasulullah when he went to Laylat Isra wal Mi'raj, and he saw the people on the grave being punished, and he saw women hanged from their breasts, and he was shocked, and he asked Jibreel, "Oh Jibreel, who are these women?" And he said, "Those are the women who didn't breastfeed or breastfed their children. Allah will hang them from their breast in their grave. That's their punishment, if she does it in purpose. If the woman, Allah blessed her with milk, and she wants to breastfeed her child, but she chose not to, that will be her punishment, as Rasulullah said. 5, provide for them. Provide for them. There is an obligation of the one to whom the child belongs that he provides food and clothing for them. The mother, with fairness, nobody is obligated beyond this capacity, as the scholar said. I will finish, inshallah, with this last hadith. It's about showing good manners, just about talking the night time. يقول عليه الصلاة والسلام من حديث جابر والحديث في البخاري في كتاب بدء الخلق إذا استجنح الليل أو قال جنح الليل فكفوا صبيانكم فإن الشياطين تنتشر حينئذ فإذا ذهب ساعة من العشاء فخلوهم وأغلق بابك واذكر اسم الله وأطفئ مصباحك واذكر اسم الله وأوكي سقاءك واذكر اسم الله وخمر إناءك واذكر اسم الله ولو تعرض عليه شيئا. In this hadith, Prophet ﷺ said, if the night time comes, at least after the Isha, or 1 hour after the Isha, he says, فَكُفُّوا صَبْيَانَكُمْ, make your children to come inside the house, do not let them out. He says, ساعة من Isha, 1 hour after Isha. The children are supposed to be at home. Why? Look what the Prophet said. He said, فَإِنَّ الشَّيَاطِينَ, because the shaitan sprayed at that time. At night time, there's a authentic hadith in Bukhari, the shayateen sprayed at that time, night time. That is the time of the shayateen, is to go out at night time to look for food. حينئذ فإذا ذهب ساعة من العشاء فخلوهم. If they didn't listen, leave them. That's how important it is. وأغلق بابك, and he said, lock your door. Lock your door. واذكر اسم الله, and say بسم الله. Lock your door and say بسم الله. وأطفئ مصباحك, turn off your light. Turn off your light and say بسم الله. واذكر اسم الله. وأوكي سقاءك, and then cover, if you have a jar of water, cover it and say بسم الله. وخمر إناءك, and if you have a plate that has a food, cover it and say بسم الله. Why? Because the shaitan will not eat from that. And then he said, وَاذْكُرْ اسْمَ اللَّهِ وَلَوْ تَعْرَضْ عَلَيْهِ شَيْئًا. Even if you can put anything on the plate. Even if the plate is big and it is something small, put it on top and say, Bismillah. Because Prophet was saying in the other hadith, that when you enter your house, and you say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, or Assalamu alayna wa ala ibadillahi as-salihin, or you just say Bismillah, the shaitan will run away from your house. And then the shaitan himself will say, oh, there is no dinner for me tonight. He will say, so the shaitan will say, oh, there is no dinner for me tonight. Because you just entered and you say, Bismillah. So cover your plate, cover it, don't leave a bottle of water open, cover it with anything, excuse me. If a plate of food is on the table, cover it, put it in the fridge. If the light is on, turn off the light. So the Prophet Muhammad said, if the windows shouldn't be open, windows also, close down your windows, lock your door, because this is what Rasulullah said. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us more knowledge. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us with pious children who are strong in their